Next one behind you, Hulkenberg.
Have got a slightly different, one step softer in each of the tyre range, of course, but still not finding quite the pace that Hamilton set his lap record around here of a 1:24.3 just 7 days ago. We will see what they can do. 2.5 minutes on the clock. Drivers jostling for position on their outlap, trying to find a bit of space, desperately trying not to overheat the tyres that they're on before they start the flying lap. And this is really the one that matters. This is where the pressure's really on. No mistakes, you've got to deliver as a driver. Just a couple of little front wing tweaks we saw happening up and down the pit lane. That's the only mechanical change you're allowed to do at this part of qualifying, as everybody's in parc fermé effectively. Is it going to be enough?
The two Mercedes leading the charge then round on this outlap. Lewis Hamilton will be the first man over the line, followed by Valtteri Bottas. Nearly a full lap behind is Max Verstappen, going very steadily on his outlap. So here we go, into the final corners. Hamilton, Bottas and Ricciardo just weaving around on the medium tyres on his Renault still. One lap for pole position.
Yeah, interesting minute and a half to go. We've got Hamilton, Bottas, Ricciardo, Hulkenberg, Verstappen, Albon, Leclerc, Stroll, Gasly and Norris. The 10 drivers battling it out for the top spot over a minute and a half around this brilliant, brilliant circuit of Silverstone. A mixture of tyres, a mixture of cars. Who's going to come out on top?
Hamilton through the first sector. It's not looking super quick. The car looked quite zippy in the change of direction between turns 3 and 4. Village to the loop, but he's 400ths down on his last lap, which was set on the soft tyres. The mediums you might expect to be a little bit slower at the start of the lap. And Bottas has matched Hamilton's first sector to the 1,000. It's identical through there. Ricciardo's through a couple of tenths down, but this pole fight.
When you're ready, it's BVAL 2 and recharge off.
Stuff at Maggots and Beckett.
Nothing between the two of them. Bottas going quickly in the middle sector, quicker than Hamilton in the middle sector. Can he recover this? This is going to be mighty, mighty close between the two of them.
Personal best in the middle sector for Hamilton, but he's still not improving on his last time. He's 300ths down, and Bottas has done the fastest middle sector of anyone, a tenth quicker. It's all going to come down to the last couple of corners now. Hamilton exits Stowe, over the crest, down the gears, and onto the brakes through the club chicane. Through the final corners, what can Lewis Hamilton do? Now he's picking up the pace on the medium tyres, and he crosses the line, goes quicker than his previous best by 600ths. What about Bottas? The thing now drives to the line, goes pole position.
Quicker pole position for Valtteri Bottas. That was an important battle. It's Bottas from Hamilton. It's Ricciardo next as the flag comes out. Norris jumps up to P7 in his McLaren. Who's next to cross the line? It's Gasly, stays in 6th place. Leclerc will be the next man to come round in the Ferrari. What can he do? It's been a steady lap from him, not super impressive. He's on the soft tyre. Has he got enough left as he closes out the lap? He picks up a couple of positions into P7. Hulkenberg will be next. This will be interesting. Hulkenberg currently in P4, up into P3. That is a brilliant, stunning lap from Nico Hulkenberg.
Stroll, his teammate, now crosses the line, goes up to 5th. Verstappen now, the last man. What can Max Verstappen do?
Okay, so by the time you start lap, those tyres will be...
When you're ready, it's BVAL 2 and recharge off.
Up onto the second row of the grid for Max Verstappen, half a second clear of Alex Albon down in 9th. But Valtteri Bottas has responded and he's taken pole position.
That is exactly what he needed to do, psychologically as well as to have the best starting position.
Yeah! Get in there, Racing Point. Nice one.
I think he's happy with that.
That's huge for Bottas. Behind after the first runs of Q3, he had to dig deep. Both Mercedes switched to the medium tyre, and Hamilton didn't make the most of it. He just improved his time by half a...
Yeah! Get in there, Racing Point. Nice one.
And as there rarely is. But with 30 points difference in the championship, that is exactly what Valtteri Bottas needed, and you can hear it in his voice.
Yeah! Get in there, Racing Point. Nice one.
And that is the happy sound of Nico Hulkenberg, and happy he should be, because that was a brilliant lap to put that car in 3rd place. A man, don't forget, who's never been on an F1 podium.
That is an advertisement.
So that was close there, Lewis. So that's P2. Valtteri ahead just by 0.06 of a second.
1, right?
With the team, very short notice and a great drive from Hulkenberg.
Let's run you through the order then at the end of qualifying ahead of the 70th anniversary Grand Prix at Silverstone. It's Bottas, the man who takes pole position away from his teammate Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton in second, Nico Hulkenberg with a stunning drive in the Racing Point in his stand-in weekend, standing in for Sergio Perez, of course. He takes third. Verstappen will finish qualifying in fourth. He'll start the race fourth, but he will importantly start the race on the hard tyre as opposed to everybody around him starting on the medium, which will be important as the strategy plays out. So Verstappen in fourth, Daniel Ricciardo with another great lap in that Renault to put him fifth. Stroll is sixth. Gasly, decent lap from Gasly, put him up into P7. Charles Leclerc in the front.
That's really good. Thank you, guys. Top 5. We can do something from there. By something, I mean a lot. All right.
The next 4, 5 or 6 cars.
As there rarely is. But Valtteri Bottas, today's pole man, has given himself a great shot, takes off his helmet. Lewis Hamilton beaten around Silverstone, doesn't happen too often. The two Mercedes, as expected, locking out the front row. But Hamilton's got a lot more work to do tomorrow than he did last week.
He has, and perhaps he's missing that extra